What's up, YouTube fans? Today, we're going to take a look at the Flame Toys Kuro Kuri The Fallen. So this character is actually from the comics mostly, so I don't know that much about it. I did do a little bit of research trying to find out more. So it's originally formerly known as Megatronus, and he was a bad guy. He was able to travel between space and time, between parallel universes, dimensions. So I know that he did some damage in the cartoons or in the comics, but I don't really know too much about his character overall. But let's take a look at this beautiful, beautiful figure. It does come packaged really nicely, and let me just show you really quickly. I normally don't spend time on packaging, but this packaging is really cool. So it's got a window box, comes like this, magnetically closed. Here's the front image there. And then you get 4 layers of accessories and figures. So there's really a lot of stuff here to look at. It's going to take us a while to get through all the accessories. But starting off, let's take a look at the figure. Take a quick 360. Really, really cool. It does come with this backpack off, so you have to install this yourself. So it comes like this, and this piece gets added on. And there's actually quite a few pieces and accessories you can add on here. But I did want to show you one thing before we get started. There's a few things you have to do out of the box. So you have to pull these little tabs here in order to allow the batteries to work. It does come with batteries in it, so I don't know if that's all versions or international, if they're all the same or not. But you do have to pull that battery. There's a switch right here, so that's how you turn on the chest lights. But for now, we'll just put this back on here. There's also some in here, so go ahead and pull these off. And then you'll see there's another one of those right there. So go ahead and pull that out. And then you also have 2 of those on the legs. So right here, if you pull this out and then you pull that tab right there. Now we can light this one up. Alright, so I've turned off some of the lights. So go ahead and pull these off. You can push those switches there. I think I might have preferred the magnetic style, but this works just as well. So same with these, you can press those buttons here on the side. And then the final one is lift up this backpack, slide that switch, and there he is, fully lit up. Really cool looking. So you can see there's a light in the chest, in the eyes here. Looks really cool. On the shoulders here. You have light up feature here on the legs, just on the side. There is an extra feature on the shoulder, so if we pop this up here, and there's an extra little hidden feature. Open this up, and if you lift these up, they light up, which is really, really cool. There's another switch right here, so this entire thing right here is a button on the back. That's interesting, the way they hid that. So there you go, there's another light up feature, and we'll just do the other one for good measure. Pop this up, and then hit the button on the back. There you go, you have those light up red, ready to shoot off all those missiles. Alright, now before we go through the accessories here, I do want to show you some of the articulation before we load them up with stuff. So the neck itself is on its own joint, so that goes back and forth. Then the head itself is on a ball joint, so you can get both the neck and head rotated and turned pretty much any direction. This is a very dark figure. You can see it's mostly like a black, but there's some orange and some blue and some purple on there as well. You get the head down, up, pretty much any direction, side to side. You really have all of the articulation you would need there. The shoulder pieces here go up and down on this joint here. These do flip out of the way to get out of the way for these shoulders, and they also move back and forth. These shoulders themselves can lift up to there. You can actually get the whole thing up. It's all on a double ball. Actually, no, it's not a ball joint. It looks like a universal. I've never really seen a joint like that. There's metal joints underneath there. So you can get that up and out. There's also a butterfly joint here. So you can get that out. Not so, just a little bit. It's about as far as it goes. That's pretty good. The elbows are really cool. So it's got some automorphing technology. So you can take this. See how it kind of self-morphs here on the back. That's all die cast, by the way. All that color you see there is die cast, and that looks really nice. Good color there. You have a rotation at the bicep. All of the joints are well toleranced and feel really nice. Close these down for now. Moving downwards, you have these wrists, which are interesting. So I don't necessarily love the way they work, but you have a little bit of movement here. You have this movement here. Now, if you lift this up before you pull it out, it will pop off the joint. So it's on a C-clip. So my recommendation is first pull it forward. Oops. And it does pop off really easy. Pull it forward, and now you can rotate up and down on that wrist if you need that articulation. Otherwise, don't bother. Just leave it inwards. But you can move that in and out. The fingers themselves are on 1 to 2 pin joints and then a ball joint for the base. These are extremely sharp and pointy. You can see them. They actually kind of hurt. And to be honest, everything on this is kind of pointy and sharp. Everything kind of hurts. So you do want to be careful as you're handling this figure. But you can see you've got really, really good articulation on those fingers. Nicely toleranced as well. Continuing down, you have a ab crunch here. Again, automorphing features there. So the chest kind of collapses, and on the back you can see how it's opened up as you morphed it down, and then as you open it up, you get, again, it pulls back down. So a really cool little mechanism there. You've got hip skirts here on the side. They rotate around. When I first got this, these did pop off, but they're in there pretty good now. So they rotate around here. They go up and down. There are little peg points here to put various accessories on. So you can't, we'll take a look at those accessories in a minute, but you can peg some things here to the outside of these hip skirts. You can see everything is painted on this guy, pretty much 100%. These hip skirts rotate on a ball joint. This actual entire piece can move backwards and forwards. Gives you a little bit of wiggle room there. And these rotate all the way up and in and out. Moving this out of the way, the leg, very complex, but the leg goes up to there, back to there. There are hip skirts on the back here, so you want to move those out of the way. And let's see. You have rotation all the way back to there. Out to the side. Everything's on friction, by the way. You have a rotation at the waist, or sorry, at the thigh. You have double jointed knee. So really cool. It bends here, and then it's got this little morphing feature on the knee, on the kneecap. So that'll go back into place. So I'll do that again. And you do get the full bend out of that leg. Now, good luck posing it because it's going to be tough. And you can see these hands are somewhat of an irritation because they tend to come off those C-clips. But you can just get those back on. Moving downwards, you have this piece I showed you comes off. You do have an ankle tilt. It is very, very tight. But it does tilt. It doesn't go this direction anymore, but it does go this direction all the way up to there. Just be careful with the painted surfaces here. You have a toe tilt that goes up to there. The heel can go backwards to there, forwards up to there. So really a lot of movement and a little bit of automorphing pieces here inside. Now let's take a look at his accessories, and there are a lot of accessories. So this is going to take a little bit of doing, but I do want to show you everything he can do. So first of all, you do have this backpack here. It is fully painted everywhere you can see. You can articulate it up and out. So if you want this to become like a gun or something, you know, that points upwards, you can, or you can just use it as a jetpack with the engines facing downwards. You can also take some accessories here and plug them into the backpack. So we'll take this look right here. You can see there's 2 little ports here. And you can actually have 3 different looks there. So the first look is you can take these, just these pylons here, and get those into the backpack. And actually, for the purpose of showing you, I'll probably take the backpack off. So there are those. And those are really cool. Fully painted, again, a lot of detail on this backpack. Overall, really nice looking. And then I guess he has a mode where he turns those into speakers. So you can take those out, put the speakers in, and these are sort of fit to the back here, so you don't really want to be angling these in and out, whereas these you can angle in and out, kind of like Gundam with the sword handles. You can put these in and out, and then if you put these on, those kind of fit perfectly onto the back, and they sort of hit that angle, so you don't want to be bending those back and forth. What I wanted to show you is this also has another feature, so you can pull this out, you can pull up on this, and this becomes a sword, I guess. So he can hold these. So I'm not sure if there's any other purpose to it, but he can hold those. Or you can have this mounted in there. But let's put both of those on so you can see what it looks like. So there's both speakers. That looks really cool. You also get this blaster here. And this is compatible with actually two different pieces, but you can use this piece here, and it does have an ammo clip here on the side. These ammo clips are removable, so you don't want them, you can take them off. But basically there's an ammo clip there. You're going to come to this side here, open up these little pegs right there. And this is going to peg into the bottom of that. And then you see there's a tab here. So open this up, come to the arm here, and this is really meant to fit on this arm. So on the back here, you'll see there's a spring-loaded tab. Go ahead and get that into the spring-loaded tab. And again, make sure you have some things out of the way. I don't love how things kind of collide here, but you can make it work. And now he's got this blaster on this arm. You can go ahead and take this handle here, fold this out, fold it downwards, open up, again, open up the hand here, and get this handle in. And now he can be wielding this gun. It's a really cool effect. You don't want to be careful with these sharp fingers, by the way, but there you go. He's kind of blasting that, and he's got the ammo clip down here. Really cool looking. So same for the other side. You have this gun here, and it has the same thing. Both of them do have a handle, but I find that it works a lot better using the mount. But if you want to, you can put this in the hand and use this tab, just like a traditional, Masterpiece style tab in the hand. But let's show you the other piece, which is this right here. So go ahead and open up these clips here. And those are going to plug into the bottom here. See, do I have this right? Yeah, that's right. So get those clipped in. Make sure this clip is pushed inwards. And the same thing, that's going to plug into the bottom of the arm in that spring-loaded piece there. It's hard to do without seeing. And then take this and tab that in. That's going to hold it. And now he's got both guns. Pretty badass looking right there. Or the next weapon we're going to take a look at is this chainsaw here. Really cool looking. Got a whole bunch of paint on it. It's got this translucent orange for the blade there. This is an exclusive if you bought this from D4 Toys, which, by the way, Carl S., thank you for sending this to me. He bought this from D4 Toys, so he was able to get this exclusive. I really appreciate him sending this to me for review. If I didn't mention that earlier, I love to get to look at stuff like this that I won't necessarily buy myself, but definitely want to see and handle and take a look at. So this exclusive, which is from D4 Toys, it can fit in the hand just like any other weapon. So set that tab to fit into here. And then go ahead and close the fingers. It is a very nice tight fit. And now he can be sawing some Autobots, I guess. And on the other end of this, it's a really heavy die-cast chain. This is like very substantial. And you've got Tarn's mask here. So these masks, I believe, will actually fit on their Tarn figure. I'm not really sure because I don't have that in front of me. But the paint work on this is wonderful. It's got that scar. And these are like alternative. And you also get this one here, which is a unscarred face. So I believe he battled Tarn. I don't really know because I don't know the comic well, but I'm assuming based on this that he battled and beat Tarn and took his mask, and that's what this is. Right, and then just take this, and he can be holding that or whatever. Get his hand rotated. And if I didn't mention that earlier, his hand does rotate. And now we can hold this at the bottom of the chain, and that is really awesome. Now the accessories don't stop there. You can also take these out of here, and we get these flame effects, which are really cool. So they're really well done, nicely cast plastic. I think it's resin, I'm not 100% sure, but the effect themselves actually look really good. Those will plug into the top here, and it doesn't seem to be a left and right, so you can kind of just do it however you want. And you get that effect there of the flames kind of shooting out of his backpack. And of course it wouldn't make sense if he didn't have full flame effects all across. So let's take a look at everything you can get here. So here's another flame effect. You can see it's got a tab here. That's going to go on the back here. So this piece right here is going to go into here, and then this here. So you just got to make sure you get that. It is a very tight fit. It does click into place. Let's see. So this is the front. So you can see there's an angled tab here. That's going to go right here, and then a straight piece that's going to go into here. So get those in as well. And it can be tricky. So you got to kind of give it a firm push there to get those in there. So there it is with the flame effects installed. Really, really, really cool. That's just a great look for him. Now, of course, you can turn these lights on. All right, and there is the Fallen fully lit up. You can see those flames kind of light up. The red in the missiles there, I guess it's not meant to work with this, but you can make that work if you want. Here is the back. Really more meant to light up in the front, but these lights do light on the legs. On the chest here, it doesn't really end up in the flames, but overall, a really cool effect here with those flames. Now, after all that, you would think we are done here with accessories, but no, there's more. And the last thing is the display base. So this display base is actually painted black. I'm not sure why they chose matte black here, but that's what they chose. Really nice looking display base. And then you get this stand here, and we'll get this out of the way for a second. So there's two little tabs here. Those are going to slot into either the front or back. I'm going to put them in the front for now. And then this piece here can basically angle anywhere you need it to. So I'm just going to put it straight for now. And then this is going to angle upwards. So you open back here, and this allows you to slide up and down. So we'll just get this up to here. And then this is on its own little slider, so you want to open this up and then put it on whatever position you want it to be. All right, so that is going to fit into the Fallen's butt right there. So make sure you get that on. Let's see how sturdy this is, and there you go. There's the display. Now I would try to make sure you've got all of this locked in, right here and on here. And actually, you're probably better off posing it beforehand. But there you go. He does go on the stand, and you can display him. Now, one final feature here is you can take these two guns and combine them together. And there's a couple of ways you can do that. So first, you can take this mounting bracket / ammo clip, open up all four of the pegs, and take the gun and mount both of them on here. And then you can take this and put it exactly where he had it before, but now he's got the two guns. There you go, double cannon. If you don't want that, another option is you can take this, unpeg the two guns. You can close these up and put that away for now. Open up the backs of these, and this back is going to go into here. And then this is going to cover that up. Kind of a neat little thing. I've never seen something like that before. And then this is going to fit into here. It only goes one way, so you really want to have both of the sights lined up like that. And then just insert that into there. And now you have this gigantic double, I guess, double-handled gun. Now, I'm assuming you can get this into his hands. I've had a hard time posing in such a way that you can get him holding this, but I'm assuming he can double wield this and really, but it's a really good cannon. By the way, you have a lot of options with these guns. So final thoughts on the Flame Toys The Fallen. Let's start with the positives. This thing is painted, sculpted, and detailed to the nines. Everything, every single piece that you pick up, there's no side that's untouched or unpainted or unfinished. Everything just looks great. And even the accessories, the guns, everything. There's nothing that's left untouched. I also like the light up features. Now it's hard to see under my lights here, but I have these on, and that really does add to the look. If under bright lights, obviously it's not going to look great, but under normal lighting, you can see that very well. And the chest and the eyes and the shoulders and the knee pads, that all looks cool when you light it up. I also like the weapons. There's tons of accessory options. The way you want to display them, you can have two different cannons. You can have them combined. You can have the nice big long cannon. You can use these ammo clips down here. You can use the chainsaw. You can use these speakers back here if you want to. You can have flames back there. You can take the flames off. I mean, there's so many display options. I think his most iconic look is with the flames, so I'm assuming most people are displayed with the flames. But either way, you have all those options. You can kind of display them different ways. Negatives wise, there's a couple things. So number one is these wrists. These joints really suck. So they're just C-clips. I don't know why they designed it this way, but they seem to pop off very easily. During the review, I popped it off several times. Before review, I popped it off several times. And even Carl said he popped it a few times. So they're definitely not... They could have been done better. The other thing is some of the joints are very, very tight, so you have to work them a little bit. This ankle tilt, for example, was extremely tight when I first got out of the box. Now it's better, but you do have to work them, and you want to be careful while you do that because there's so many parts to collide and run into each other. You don't want to scratch up or damage anything. Luckily, I was kind of very, very slow with this thing, but there are some things that you want to be careful of. Coming to the back here, this display stand doesn't give me confidence. Is another negative here, is it's relying on this piece right here, and all of the weight are on these gears on the back of this. So you're really relying on that to hold this up. I don't have confidence to leave this on a shelf like this. The amount of weight here is probably 2 to 3 pounds just in this figure alone, and to leave that on that tiny little plastic joint, yeah, I just don't trust it. So I'd probably put his feet down on this platform. I wouldn't have him in a fully flying pose. Maybe have 1 foot down, 1 foot up. But I just don't love the way they did that stand. Other than those things, I do recommend it. I think it's a really, really good figure. If you're a fan of this character, if you love The Fallen, this is one of the best representations we've ever gotten. The only other one I can remember is Make Toys did a version of this, and I believe it was I don't even know if it was Masterpiece. So this is really the first time we've gotten this level of detail and this size. So I do recommend it if you can pick them up. D4 Toys has this accessory, so if you want the chainsaw, you'll have to get it from them. So that's really it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.